Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is my first attempt, or I guess we could call it Season 1, Episode 1 of my project, I guess, for lack of a better word. I started watching some of the YouTube videos on some of the things that interested me, and there was a lot of cool projects being done. I've never really spent a whole lot of time on YouTube. I just kind of did my own stuff. So I thought, that's some of the stuff that I can do. So at the same time, why not video it? You know, I watched a lot of you guys do your projects, so I thought, why not? So anyway, what I'm working with is a Freightliner FL70 2003 model. It's just a basic day cab, former FedEx truck. I think 300 some thousand miles. It's Cummins powered 5.9. You know, I'm going to convert it into a trailer hauler. There's more to the story behind that, but anyway, my background is I'm automotive, roughly 25 years. I know I'm going to lose some of you on this, but I'm actually a Mopar guy. 64 to 74 is my jam. I started out with a 64 Plymouth Barracuda, and I've had a couple other cars since then, obviously, through time, but anyway, Dodge truck, first gen, the Cummins powered 89 to 93. That's my favorite, and I've got a four-door crew cab you'll probably see in time. But anyway, second gen, third gen on up, they're okay. I like the first gens. Everybody has their own personal favorite, but that's mine. So, and then I go on to Jeep. My favorite is the CJ flat fenders, specifically the 54 to 64 CJ3Bs. That's basically what I grew up in with. It was the old flat fender, and I've got a cool story brewing on that I'll share with you guys in the future. But anyway, this is just kind of an introduction. There is no way to do it, so I'm just kind of winging it here. But anyway, I'll run you by the truck. It's been a project going on for about a year now. Just converting it from, you know, as I mentioned already, converting it from a basic work truck into a hauler. So I've got a trip coming up next summer, or this summer, I guess it would be, headed to Michigan and Illinois with it, two-car trailer. So if you guys are along the way, then you perhaps might see us on the road. So anyway, let me run you by the truck. This is just a quick introduction to get the film going, and we'll go from there. I'm going to sound like a total car salesman, but let me show you what I got. It's a 2003 Freightliner FL70, just a basic run-of-the-mill work truck. It was a former FedEx truck, day cab, nothing special, just a plain Jane work truck. Originally it had twin 75-gallon fuel tanks. I pulled them off and put 45s on there just to put them under the cab and made it look a little cleaner. And then had a chain locker on the side there. I took that off. I won't be driving it in the snow. I've got aluminum wheels for it. I've notched the frame on the back here. I have to extend it about a foot for the flatbed, the bumper that drops down. So that'll have something attached to. It's air ride rear suspension, 22.5 wheels, tires. Let's see what else. Triple batteries. I've got an exhaust that comes out the bottom on it right now just to be able to drive it. The bars sticking straight up on the frame for where the flatbed sits. I had the flatbed mounted on it last weekend and took it back off. Decided to go with a set of fiberglass fenders on it, so I'm waiting for those to come in. The original smokestack went right through this area here, so I'll have to plug that up, and then that'll take care of that. Let's see. I've got tinted windows on it. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the fender mounted mirrors. I've got a chrome bumper for it. Normally the plastic grills are pretty smashed up, but this one seems to be okay. I'll probably swap it out with a chrome one or stainless steel just to give it a little bling. But let's see what else. Visor, I didn't have one originally. I put one of those on. And the grab handles. Grab handles on the side of the cab. Put those on. Just trying to make it look a little different. Let me show the inside. There is no door panels on the doors yet. I took them off. I was gonna pull the windows out and have the door glass windows tinted. I don't know if you can see it, but the wing windows, those have already been tinted. Let's see. I've got air ride seats in it. The passenger one was originally a solid one. I looked into the price on having them recovered and finding one air ride seat for the passenger. By the time I was done with all that, I would have had just as much in recovering them versus buying two brand new, so I just bought two brand new. And then telescoping steering column, I put that in last weekend. I had the dash panels repainted. It's typical that they flake off, so it looks really good now. And then I put cruise control in it. I've got a aftermarket steering wheel for it, so it'll look a lot better. And then these things do not come with any sound deadener. You have your headliner and you have your back panel liner. Let's see if I can turn the light on. Headliner, back panel liner. There is no sound deadener underneath them. The floor, what you have is the basic rubber mat, and then in a couple spots you'll find a little bit of jute padding, but that's about it. So last summer I completely gutted the frame, or gutted the cab carpet, or the rubber floor mat, pulled that out, and then I sprayed lizard skin in there. So on top of the lizard skin I've got the, I guess they call it acoustic mat. It's kind of like fat mat, but I think this is called, I can't see it, I think it's called luxury liner. So on top of that I put the foam 3/8 half-inch pad, and then the original factory Freightliner rubber floor mat. So, and then on top of that I put the carpet. I still have some cutting to do on it to make it fit. Let me see, I can run around to the other side and show you. But oh, and then on the roof above the headliner there's two pieces of 1-inch sound deadener. What do they call it? I can't remember exactly what they call it. So it's pretty thick up there, and then the same thing on the back. So it should be pretty quiet. Seats have fold down armrest. Well, that one's got to be adjusted, but so it's got them on the inners. Let's see, let me run you to the other side. So this side for the most part is done. The carpet's all cut. I have to put the plastic trim on the bottom, and then finish that piece there. Put the fuse panel cover over it, and then I have a shifter knob for it. It's the one for split transmissions. It's got a lever on it for the exhaust brake. I've got a pack brake exhaust brake for it, and then I have to get a shifter boot for it. So it'll look like a 10-speeder, 9-speeder more. Let's see what else. Oh, and let me show you the engine. Pretty typical. And here's the heart of the beast. It's the Cummins 24 valve 5.9, similar to what's in the pickup truck. It's according to the engine serial tag, it's 260 horse. I think the pickup trucks are 230. Anyway, I haven't done much to it. I've got a set of injectors in it. Originally, according to the engine serial number, the stock injectors are 7x00767s, and then when I sent the injectors in for cores, they told me they measure down at 6x008s, so I replaced them with one step larger than the 275. So they're 7x0085, so it'll give it a little bit more power, but for the most part it's the same. See what else? Oh, the computers on these things do not, I guess, communicate with the OBD2 systems. They have their own computer system, so I'm kind of stuck with what I've got here. Other than that, it's, for the most part, it's the same. So it's got a larger charge air cooler than the pickup truck does, so that'll be nice there. Let's see what else. Without knowing, that was one of the reasons that I replaced the injectors, without knowing how many miles are on it. I replaced the injectors for that, and then also the turbocharger. I don't know how many miles were on it, if it was original or replaced at some point. I put a Borg Warner K27 on it. It was supposed to be real good for power, and then it would make a nice lower for a compound turbo. I really want to put a compound turbo system on it, but I don't want to reinvent the wheel right now, and nobody makes a kit for it. So, but I did do, I did put an exhaust manifold on it as well. I don't know if you can see that. Some people say you don't have to worry about flow restriction on the exhaust manifolds, but this one was really, I don't know what the right word for it is, really restrictive. I'll show you that at another time. But anyway, I also put I don't know if you can see it, I put a truck valve cover on it as well. So the only thing I've done to it is exhaust manifold, turbocharger, and injectors. Everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, it's original factory large air filter, and then their half-inch fuel lines. So what else? I think that's about it. Just kind of give you a good look at what's there from the factory. Oh, one other thing is the bolts on the bumpers. You can see here, those bolts pop right out, and then the bumper swings out of the way. So when it comes time to work on this thing, you have full access to everything, versus the pickup truck where you have to lay over the top of it, and injectors 5 and 6 are a real bear cat to get to. So this makes it totally simple to get to both sides. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, let's see what else. I think that's kind of it. It is air brakes, so that's nice. Compare that to the first generation pickup trucks. Oh, let's see what else. I'll give you one more look. There's not a whole lot to it. Like I said, it's, for the most part, it's basic pickup. Not a whole lot different. I wish the computer systems would communicate with each other, but they don't, so that kind of sucks. So anyway, that's all there is for that. So, oh, and then something else. I don't know if you can see it, maybe the other side. There's places out there that sell port kits for the back. Now you can't see it. Let me see one other side. Water flow on the back of the cylinder head. I guess that's a hot spot back there. Now you still can't see it. Anyway, this is a factory. There is a water piece or water hose that goes to the back of the cylinder head. You can't really see it, but I guess they get air pockets back there on the trucks. So that's taken care of on here. But anyway, so that's about it. I'll be doing some changes to it in the future. This was still supposed to be a parts truck, but it's gonna work out for now. So anyway, just a basic overview of what I've got to start with. Well, that's gonna wrap this video up. The next video that I'll be putting up is I'll be getting right into doing the next parts and pieces on it. I've got a bunch of chrome on the way. I've got fenders on the way. So I'll start with putting that stuff on. If you guys want to see the progress of the truck, come back and hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe. I think that's all that works. As I mentioned, this is the first video, so there's a huge learning curve for me. And then anyway, do me a favor. I'm not sure how far this goes out, but I'm curious. I'm curious what states you guys are catching this in or watching it in. And then anyway, that'll do it for now. So thanks again for watching.